Hey everyone, and welcome to the Learning Ladder, and welcome to the Christmas gift guide, Christmas educational gift guide 2020. I actually went back to look at my one for last year, and I found it was actually private and it hadn't been viewed that many times. So I don't know what happened, whether I accidentally set it to private or there was a glitch on YouTube, I don't know. But what I've decided to do is upload that one plus add some extra in that I was going to use for this year too, just so you get a chance to see it in case you haven't already seen it, because there are still lots of ideas in that one that are products that you can still get. And it seems a shame because I think it was quite a long video. I don't know what on earth happened, but anyway, I'm going to upload that now, and I'm also going to add some extras for this year too. So I hope you enjoy. So these are all items that I've purchased, we have loved, we've used them in school, we've used them for fun. It is a lot of books, but also with items added to it that you could obviously bulk it up as a gift. I hope you'll get some ideas. I've tried to categorise them. So we've got first, space. So if your little one or the person you're buying for, or you know, the relative or whatever is into space, then I think they would really appreciate this little gift package. Obviously you could just pick one of the items, you could pick a one of them could be a stocking stuffer, or you could get them the whole pack if you're wanting to bundle up. It's entirely up to you. So the first item is the questions and answers about space. We adore these Osborne Lift the Flap questions and answers. As you all know, if not, I'll explain. There is a question, we lift the flap, and the answer is underneath. But it's all age appropriate, and obviously depending on the theme, it is different, but I think they grow with your children as well. So obviously your little one, if you're reading to them, they can just, you know, look at the pictures and everything else. As they're getting older, they can read them themselves, they can research on, if they find a topic in here they want to look into further, they can research them. So lift the flaps can grow with your children. Don't think, oh, lift the flaps for babies or toddlers. It isn't. Preschoolers, you can use them, I would say, up until 10, 11 plus. I still think they could get a ton out of it, and as I said, you could book up on it with the research options in terms of if something interests them. Okay, why can't I see stars in the daytime? That can open up a whole different conversation. So definitely don't think lift the flap is only for little ones. Your children can get much more out of it even as they're older too. Okay, we have the Osborne Big Book of Stars and Planets. Again, these are fantastic. They have lots of different themes. Obviously this is space theme because that's what we're talking about, but they are just beautiful. So much information that they can gain from it, but again, it will grow with them. Oh, I just love this book. It is absolutely fantastic. Now this is something we haven't opened yet, but we've used similar from this company and I know we all love it, and these are the Brain Box Space. We haven't opened it because we haven't started our space unit yet. When it's something like this, I like to try and save certain things so that when we start a new unit it's all exciting because we have these new items to look at. So I haven't opened this yet, and this is the Brain Box Space. So basically, if you have never used these before, you have a look at the card, you set the little egg timer that comes inside. After the egg timer has finished, you will roll your dice, and on the back of the cards are a number of different questions, and depending on what number you get on your dice will depend on what question you'll answer. So it can grow and grow and grow with you, because obviously you'll never answer all those questions in one game. Well, unlikely, because usually you would go on to the next card. That's how we play it. So you could use this for years and it would still interest you, and you'd still probably have questions you'd never answered before. So we think these brain boxes are fantastic, and they come in a wide range of themes. Next item I have got is the Magic School Bus Space Science Kit. Again, if you're wanting to bring it to life, hands-on learning, you can't go wrong with any of these Magic School Bus boxes. Again, we haven't opened this, but we did have the Human Biology one last year, which we loved. It has an experiment book in it, then you get lots of your equipment. Some things you have to have yourself, but it's, you know, it's usually things, the everyday stuff that you would always have anyway. The majority of the stuff does come in the box. Well, it did with the human body. I'm assuming it's going to be the same with the space, and that just brings learning to life. So in this one we've got a few different experiments that we will do and activities. So we're making a night vision flashlight, we are constructing our own telescope, you're designing your own solar system mobile, we're creating a planet poster, so there's more. I'm not going to read them all, but there's more. So this would definitely keep your little ones busy over the Christmas and beyond. Okay, 2 more items for space. We have the Osborne Stargazer's Journal. I can't wait for us to start our space unit. I'm really excited. This is absolutely beautiful. I am just in awe of how fantastic they make their products. Just amazing. So we are saving this to do with our space unit, but I know all of it. They are amazing. And finally, to go with our space unit, a telescope. Now obviously there are so many different telescopes you can get. This one I would say is perfectly age appropriate provided an adult is setting it up for them. So it is more of your advanced telescope, so they probably wouldn't be able to set it up themselves, but once you set it up for them, then they can see through perfectly fine and everything else. So it's just the adjustment. I mean, obviously, you know, go by your judgment. It is classed as a first telescope, but I would say more 9 plus, 10 plus probably would have the patience to adjust themselves. My daughter's just turned 7 and she cannot adjust it herself. Not that she can't do it, it's just that, you know, it's the fine detail of having to adjust it every single time and everything else. It would become quite frustrating. So we adjust for her, and then she obviously looks through herself. But as she's getting older, she will obviously be able to do that herself. There are ones that you can start off with that they would just be able to do, but we wanted to get one, I wanted to get one that would grow, as opposed to, you know, just one of the first ones that you can perhaps just look at the moon or something along those lines. But there are those types as well, so you could get one of those and then upgrade. But this one we have really enjoyed, and it's very crisp, clear, it's not too fiddly. We've had telescopes in the past that you would spend hours trying to adjust and see nothing. So don't go off price, because this was very reasonably priced. That other one was quite expensive and it was useless. So don't think, oh, it's only £30 or so, it's not going to be very good. Ours was, so, you know, I'm not going to say that that's going to be the same for all of them, but we have found this one to be a great one, and this was from Amazon. We got that last year. The final item for the space that you could get is tickets for an observatory. So you could perhaps pick one of the gifts, so maybe this, and then slip some tickets inside for an observatory trip. You know, I think that would always go down well. Days out on trips are often can be quite expensive if you have multiple children, so if you're gifting someone the opportunity to go to an observatory, I think that would be a fantastic gift. So that's everything for space. Let's move on to our next theme. So my next theme I put together is for animal lovers. So I've got a range of books and some little fun activities to go along with that. So the first item is the Big Book of Animals. Now this is one of those little fold out flap ones like space. Obviously this covers animals. Again, beautiful pictures, and flaps fold out. And how stunning is that? Any animal lover will just drool when they saw that book. So that is one that we have loved. I also got this one back when she was in preschool. This is Your Spawn World of Animals, and it's something we continually to flip through, and obviously it's growing with her. She'll still be able to use this for many years to come. I really like that, especially if I'm buying learning items. So something that she can continually use is always extremely helpful if you're purchasing something for someone else too. This is internet linked as well, so really recommend this one. We have the Osborne 1001 Animals to Spot. Again, so fun. And then with these as well, you can continually use them even if your child is older. So obviously you can just do the initial finding the animals. You can research the animals, so you could say, okay, let's have a look at blackbirds and let's look at how many there are in our region, so you know whether they're endangered or not. Obviously blackbirds aren't going to be, but you know, migration patterns, do they do that? You can also do maths with them, so you can obviously add, you know, subtract and multiply. You know, you can do so many more things than just find the animals, but for younger kids that is more than enough, and that is so much fun. So definitely recommend those Animals to Spot books. This is the Magnificent Book of Animals. We really like this one, and it's great for notebooking as well. So we've got, for example, this is the snow leopard. It has facts about it. It also has a fact file, so if you are doing notebooking, that is perfect for you. So for example, it tells you where it lives, its habitat, its length, weight, lifespan and diet, and how big it is in relation to humans. And I think that is perfect for notebooking. You know, just pinpointing specific information, but then they can obviously expand on it, so they can look at the habitat. Okay, what else is in the mountainous region? What other animals live there? So you can really, and then obviously you've got your geography as well. Okay, they come from Central Asia. Where is that? Let's look it up on the map. So you can really grow with your children as well, and we love these books. Sticking with the brain box because we love them. This is the animals version and we have actually used this one, so I'll show you inside. So you get your egg timer, you also get a dice, and then your cards. So for example, you'll spend however long the egg timer is looking at the card, and then on the back you have your questions to answer once you've rolled. So question 1 is the aardvark facing to the left or right of the card? The questions tend to get harder as well, I think, as the number goes on. Not always, but sometimes. So for example, 8 is the lifespan of the aardvark longer than 10 years? So that's obviously a bit more tricky than just looking whether it was on the left or the right. But we really enjoy the brain box. The next item I have got is origami animals. If you've never had any of the Usborne origami books, I definitely recommend them. We love them and I buy them again once we've used them. So with this one you get a step-by-step instruction book here, then you get all the different papers that you will need, and it has all the information in terms of the instructions. It'll tell you exactly where to fold, on what corner and everything else. So I think these can be used from quite an early age. I would say probably 8 or 9 doing it themselves, but 6 and above doing it with you, and then 6 below you'll probably have to, so 5 below you probably have to fold them for them, and they, they might be able to try, but I think it's slightly a little bit too intricate for below 5s, to be honest. But you never know, every child is different, so don't not purchase it because of that. Make your own judgment, and at the end of the day, if you have to fold a couple for them now, then in a year or so they might be able to surprise you and do it for themselves. But we love the origami books from Usborne. We have the birds one, and my daughter still plays with them now, even though we folded them over a year ago, she'll still get them out occasionally and throw them around. So they're not just trash. You don't just make them and then throw them away, you do keep them. Well, we do anyway. Okay, and then more specifically for vocational job type rather than generally animals, we love the Academy books. This is the Vet Academy book from Usborne. They are, I would say, 8+. My daughter is just 7 and it's something we can do together, but if you want them to do it independently, I'd say 8+, to be fair. But again, every child is different. I have no problems working my way through this with her, and she can read it all herself now anyway. So it's just some of the activities in there they might need a little bit more assistance with. But these I'm just looking at, I'm not even showing you. There we go. We haven't even completed this yet, but I know this is something she will love. We're actually going to be doing this as part of our animals unit this month and into January. So they are so fun. Definitely recommend the Vet Academy. And then finally, again, with my gift experience, a trip to the zoo, a zoo membership, a safari park ticket. You don't have to do a full year, you could just do a day out, a red letter day experience if you're in the UK, or just purchase some zoo tickets or a zoo pass for the day, or if you're feeling very generous for the year. Okay, so that's everything for animals. Okay, and now my next category is maps/geography, and obviously there's so many things I could show you. In this category I've tried to really narrow it down, so a lot of it is maps that I'm showing you, map work, but there are so many different things that you can include. Okay, so the first thing I have is the Usborne Maps activity book. These are fantastic, any of their activity books, but this is obviously map themed. We are really excited to go through this one. We have done a couple of the pages, but we haven't done all of it yet, obviously, but so far we are really loving it, so I would definitely recommend it. The other thing is the Maps activity pad, and I did have to repurchase this because we'd used it all, but I think that because there's so many different activities, you can get something out of it each time you do it, so I would definitely recommend the Maps activity pad. I'm sure you've all seen this one, the Maps book. There's also an updated version as well now. We think these are fantastic. For any map lover, they would be an amazing gift. We also have the map colouring book and the wildlife book to go with. I don't think it's technically from, let's check. Is it from something? Big picture breast. No, it's not. But I think they are very, very similar. So you'll see it looks really similar in design to the maps book. And then that one's got all the animals on it, wildlife. And then this one is just the regular maps book, but a colour version that you can colour yourself. Okay, we've also got a scrunch map. These come in, from what I've seen, the world and the US. I haven't seen any other ones than that, but I haven't really been looking. So check if there is one for you specifically, but they are amazing. They're really difficult to tear. I've not managed to do it so far. I am awful at folding up the maps. Awful. I can never get them back in the same order that they were that they were in originally. So this works wonders for me because I can just scrunch it up and put it back in, and I'm not spending ages trying to get it to fit back in its packaging or box or whatever. I think any of those are great gifts. This is something we loved. I got this last year on Black Friday. This is the Oregon Scientific Globe. It comes with a pen that is in the shape of a rocket. How cool is that? This is the UK version, but they do have a US version that I've seen. I don't know if there's any others, but I'm sure if you have a look on your Amazon, it was from Amazon, you will find them. So ours has the UK map. The US one does have the US map, obviously, and then on the other side you have your instructions for opening your globe. I'm not going to do that now. I have done it previously in another video, but basically you have all the different planets inside, and it looks amazing. The only reason I'm not doing it now is because I don't want this video to be hours long. So we have absolutely loved it, and the way it works is you can select ages, so age 5 to 8, 9 to 14 and age 15 plus. Again, it grows with your kids. I love it. So you'll push whatever option you want. So if you're wanting to talk about the continent, time, features, name, area, history, you know, so all the geographical stuff. Then we've got comparisons of population, area, currency, time, distance, finding continents, countries, capitals, cities, local places, and then there's challenge games as well. And then you've got knowledge, so earth facts, amazing facts, and world news. So we love it. She loves it. Highly, highly recommend it. And then my other option for the map lover is to get them a map. In terms of you do it. So you find an area that you want them to locate, give them the grid map and send them on their way. So ask them to go to the area, obviously within reason, not a completely different country, but you know, somewhere local to them. You know, do a search on Google Maps, print it out and mark the spot where you'd like them to go, and they can send you a picture of themselves at said spot. That will always be really fun. Or if you wanted to go really creative, you could bury some treasure there. It doesn't have to be much. And they could do like a geocaching experience with grid references and all that kind of thing. I think that would be an amazing gift. So we move on to our next category. For animals, a little stuffy of their favourite animal. I forgot to mention that he was looking at me when I came back in saying, excuse me. So this is our generation, the postable ones. So this one's feet do move. It is, of course, a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, because if you don't know, we have two. They are the most fantastic dogs. And this one has been to the vet. So this is another idea, obviously stuffy to go with your favourite animal. And then you could also do one of those subscriptions where you adopt an animal for them. I think they're always great too. Okay, so human body is our next category. So let's just start with our favourite book for the body, A New Anatomy. We absolutely adore these. I have done a review on this book previously. So basically you get your... So red is for the skeletal system, green is for the muscles, and blue is for the organs and the blood vessels. So what you do basically is you'll turn to the page that you're looking at and you'll look through your lens to see how it looks on the page. That sounds really simplistic and not that very well explained, but I'm telling you, it is a fantastic book, especially if you look through the different structures as well. It is just amazing. Can't recommend it enough. I do not have the animal version. I keep saying I want to get it at some point, but we haven't so far. I can't say whether that's equally as good, but I'm sure it probably is, but I can't say with all certainty because we've never used it. But I can tell you that this is amazing. So much information as well in there in this book as well. But if you've got the younger ones, just looking at them will fascinate them, and if they've got an interest in the human body, they are just going to be in awe. So definitely recommend this one. We've also got the Knowledge Encyclopedia. This is a DK one. These are fantastic, and again, looks very intimidating, but you know, don't let that put you off. It will grow with your children, and to begin with, they'll just be more than happy to look at the pictures because they are absolutely fantastic. So we have loved this. Definitely recommend that one. And then my gift ideas are, well, I'll show the book first because then it'll probably really explain it without me needing to. And that is the Osborne Complete Book of the Microscope. So you know what my gift is, of course. It is the GeoSafari Micro Pro. We have loved this microscope. It's been perfect for our needs. Obviously there are much more sophisticated ones out there, but for my daughter's age this has worked perfectly well for her. She can do it herself. Obviously, just if you've got the younger ones, be careful with the tools. She knows not to touch anything like that without being under supervision. But we have really enjoyed that, and I got her the human body tissue pack. Again, this was from Amazon. This has okay, it's not in English but it's got, let me just open it up. Okay, so we have, this is from Conus. We have the, what do we have? The human skin, which obviously you can take a sample of. The kidney, which you can't. The intestinal wall, the liver, the heart muscle, and the human bone, and there's a couple of extra in there as well. They are glass, so again, supervision only for my daughter. I wouldn't let her do it by herself. But these are something that obviously will grow with your children, and we have really loved them. And on that microscope, they look fantastic. Okay. Oh, one more thing for the human body. The tube set, of course. We love the tube sets. I could have shown you some for the maps, so some geography ones, because we have the landmarks of the world ones, so we love them. I never forget the first time I gave these to my daughter. She was when we were doing our human biology unit. I think she was 3 or just turned 4. She was so excited. She was, you know, playing with them for hours. Definitely recommend the tube set. She still really likes getting them out now. So that's everything for human body. Okay, now the next items I am going to go through quite quickly because this is already super long, this video. So if you are wanting to, so maybe you're the parent or someone who knows the kids quite well and they are working on a certain skill, learning a certain skill, and this might be some ideas that might be useful for you. So if you happen to know that they are learning to tell the time, then I recommend the Osborne Telling the Time Lift the Flat book. Again, we've talked about these Lift the Flat books previously. They are just fantastic, so interactive, and we adore them. You can pair it nicely with the Telling the Time activity book. We are using this and loving it. You can also include the Telling the Time flashcards from Osborne. You could also include hot dots telling the time because these are fantastic, especially when you get the cool cat or dog pen or one of the other interactive pens that they have. Always fun. And then you could add a little telling the time, learning to tell the time watch. So a few little telling the time activity ideas. Okay, you've got someone who is interested in the weather or doing a weather unit study. Seaside Weather and Climate. We absolutely adore this book, and you could pair it with a weather station kit. We are using this one at the moment and it is so fun. I dread to think what it says for rain today because it has rain non-stop. So it's going to be full, I'm sure. Full and overflowing. So definitely recommend either of those. I'll just show you a quick look inside Weather and Climate. We really enjoy all of these Lift the Flat books from Osborne. Beautiful. Okay, let's move on to bugs. The Big Book of Bugs, and I just whacked myself in the head with it, but that's fine. The Big Book of Bugs, it is fantastic. The pictures are beautiful. My daughter actually saw this herself when I was in my Amazon cart on the recommended list at the bottom, and her little eyes lit up when she saw it. It is stunning, and it didn't disappoint in person either. Absolutely beautiful. Definitely recommend this one. You could pair it up with Linear Resources Bugs. So these are the bug counters, which you can obviously use for so many different things. Do not worry, they do not come in a Ziploc bag like that. They come all nicely presented in a lovely little gift, well, it's not a gift box, but a lovely little box that, you know, looks a lot better than this. This is just from our math centre. And obviously you could pair it with an insect bug kit, a magnifying glass, or anything along those lines, and I think that would make a little bug lover very happy. Okay, if you are working with measuring things, so you are wanting to developing that skill, or you know, they're wanting to study that in a bit more depth, I really recommend the Usborne Measuring Things activity book. You could pair it with this primary bucket balance from Learning Resources, which is fantastic. We love it. Obviously you can use liquids in this as well, so that is amazing, because obviously it's a lot of skills you can't. So I really recommend this one. I think it is fantastic. Also there's a little drawer as well, and you could again pair it with something that they can weigh. This is the Sea Life. I thought that would go well because obviously you could put water in there so they could swim. So that would be a little bundle, so you could just get one of the things, or the three of them. I thought that would make a nice little gift. Okay, we can't not do Christmas stuff, can we? So we have Usborne Christmas Doodles. These are fantastic. We've had the Halloween one, which we absolutely adore. It's amazing. It would have actually been in my October favourites, but I think I forgot to get it off the shelf. But the Christmas Doodles is just as popular. They also have just regular ones that aren't themed. So really recommend the Doodles. My daughter's already been doing some, so I'll make sure not to show those without her permission. But you can see they're just fantastic. I love them. We have the fingerprint. This has obviously been used. Again, this is favourites that we've used. This is the fingerprint Christmas. So you get all the little ink stamp pads over here, and the, let's get to a page she hasn't done, little activity. She still really likes these now, but obviously younger kids will really get a lot out of it too. Definitely recommend those. We got these last year, the Magic Painting Christmas cards. Great if you're wanting to send some cards that are handmade. So basically it's one of those, you get the paintbrush, you put a little bit of water on, and it all changes colour. They are amazing, and you can be as really intricate as you want with them. Even younger ones can get a lot out of it too, so I definitely recommend those. This is the Usborne Stained Glass Colouring Book. Again, we think this is fantastic. So you have the picture, which you can copy, but you don't have to, on one side, and then your stained glass on the other, and they are beautiful. We loved last year the 1001 Things to Spot Christmas sticker book. So you've got your seek and find, like those other ones that we saw before, but with it being a sticker book as well. You do get stickers which they ask you to, well, not those ones, but let's find one, these ones. You add them to certain pages as well, so definitely recommend that. And this is something we haven't used yet, but I think we are going to use this year. I've been waiting. This is the Christmas Rub Down Transfer Book. So this has got over 1,000 transfers, which are all on this side. I just wanted to wait till she's a little bit older, but I think she'll get a lot out of it now. So these are the designs. I think they are beautiful. I'm excited for her to use this one this year. Okay, two more things, and then I'm going to show you two big items that you can maybe think about if you're a parent and you're wanting to get a to share item or something along those lines. But we'll do the last two first. So my idea is to start them with a book collection. Now, if you've ever seen any of Robert Sabuda's pop-up books, they are absolutely fantastic. We have Alice in Wonderland, and we have Ariel, and we've also got this dinosaurs one. They are amazing, and there's quite a few in the collection, and they are quite pricey, so it's not something you would buy, you know, several of. Well, I wouldn't anyway at one time. You know, we need to space them out, so we tend to get them either for a birthday, Easter basket, or for Christmas, one at a time, and then collect them, and I think that just makes it even more special. Anyway, this is the dinosaur one, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I think I showed this in my Easter basket video. No, I did. They are amazing, and each little thing has its own, I don't know if you can see, but there you go. Each little thing has its own little flap as well, with the pop-up section too. So it's not just the main pop-up item, but they are just absolutely gorgeous. And I think they are such a lovely gift to give to get him. Wow. They are just amazing. Definitely recommend any of Robert Sabuda's pop-up books, and it's a great way to start off. And you can be known as the aunt or the uncle who gets them the really cool pop-up books. So definitely recommend those. And then I showed this in my What I Got for My 7-year-olds video. I haven't put it on this channel. I put it on my new channel, Eats and Treats. We have the Peter Pan version. I decided I wanted to collect these for her. They are, I would say, for a more advanced reader, and this is something that she'll grow with. She wouldn't, I mean, she potentially could read that now herself, but it's more, I'm buying it more in mind with her having it as a big girl library book. So this is illustrated by Mina Lima. They make absolutely stunning books. As you can see, let's just get to one page. Look, it is just fantastic. Such a collectible item. I think they are just absolutely stunning. So you get the little pictures inside. Even just the regular text is illustrated too. But I just can't look at these without smiling because they are just amazing. It is just, hang on, let me just fold this carefully. I don't want to rip it. So this is the map of School Rock. And this is absolutely fantastic. Look at that. It is just stunning. Definitely recommend the Mina Lima books. I got, or is it Mina Lima? I don't know. I say Mina Lima. I got my daughter the Alice in Wonderland, so we'll have Peter Pan, which is the one I've got in my hand, and Alice in Wonderland. Okay, we've got the Usborne graphic Sherlock Holmes novel, The Hand of the Baskervilles, and this is obviously a really great detective story. And I put it with Dog Crimes, Think of Dog Crimes, which is an awesome game. If you have played this before, if not, then definitely give it a try. So you have your little board here, and you have to solve the crime as to who has committed one of the crimes. So we've got tore the pillow, knocked the flower pot over, pooped the homework, ate the cake, or ruined the shoes. Peed on the shoes, I think that is. And here's all the little characters, and then these are your crime cards and challenge cards from beginner to more advanced. It's just a fantastic little detective game, and I thought it goes really well with The Hound of the Baskervilles. For the pug fans out there, like my daughter, she adores them. I've got a couple of different book choices. So we've got a picture book, Pig the Pug Elf. This is really great for Christmas, but there's several in this series. And it's such a fun little story. If they are wanting a more non-fiction book, then this Owner's Guide from Alex Seymour is a really good one. It's a great read. She's very experienced with pugs, and she's got a lot of different people to actually contribute to the book as well. And they can learn all about taking care of it, how to groom it, health, everything. All things pug, or The Scholastic Diary of a Pug. There are several in this series. These are really fun little readers. And you can pair it up with Pugopoly. This is a great game. It's Monopoly in a pug form. I know they have lots of different theme ones, but I think this is pretty much true to the nature of Monopoly, which I really like. You've got your board here, and your little characters: a stake, a flea, a water hydrant, a cat, a bowl. Really cute. You've got for your community chest and your chance, you've got good dog and bad dog cards, and then you've got your little toys and your bones for your houses and your hotels. You still got your property as well. There's one. Oh, that was ironic. But yeah, it's such a fun little game and a great little present. For your horse fans, we've got the DK Horse Encyclopedia. This is a fantastic book. It's got all about different breeds as well as how to take care of horses. Perfect for your horse fan, and you could pair it with something like, depending on age, this little Melissa and Doug wooden horse stable. Super cute. Or a gift experience for some horse riding lessons. I think that would be a great gift. For your tech fan, you could get them their own little Raspberry Pi, which they can practice coding with using Scratch and Python, make their own games. So much fun activities you can do. That's what it looks like, and you just hook it up to your monitor, and away you go. And then I've just got this Adventures in Raspberry Pi. It's got lots of different projects in here. It's in full colour as well, which I think is really great for the visual learner. This is a great little book if you know they are learning fractions, called Fraction Action by Lorraine Leedy, and it's really visual visually appealing, lots of great information in there, and you could pair it up with the Learning Resources Jolly Rogers Parrot Pieces game. This is a really fun one. We also have the little fraction pieces, magnetic pieces, from the Learning Resources, and then the Learning Resources Fraction Tower activity set. For your tech level, we have the Artie 3000. He's so fun, coding robot that draws. And also I've paired this with the Osborne Drawing Animals book. This is a great little book as well for some art skills. He is so cool. I definitely recommend Artie. Such a fun little robot. So that's everything in terms of smaller items, medium-sized items. I'm going to show you 2 large items now, and then that'll be my gift guide done. Thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate if you've got to the end of this super long video with me. You do get a few accessories with it, but you do have to buy the accessory packs separately. We don't have to, but we did. Sorry, bits of paper on there. So I'll show you, I'll show you both sides, and then we'll talk about the accessories you get with it. So basically this is the vet check side. So it's not electronic at all, but you know, it doesn't have to be. Kids can play with toys that aren't electronic. And you do have your little x-ray here. You do have a little phone here as well. And you've got, you know, space for your tools. So you've got your scissors here. You've got a little dispensary here. Inspection glass here. Your blood pressure cuff here too. And then this is the grooming side. So you've got your little shower, your taps, you know, your little accessory sections. Here, another dispenser. Then down here you've got your little food area, toys and everything else. And then obviously your little play sink. In terms of what came with it, this obviously came with it, the phone. I believe you perhaps maybe got 1 or 2. I think those 2 accessories came with it. You got your x-rays with it. But everything else I did buy as the veterinary pack. So thermometer, all the tools, the creams. These have, hang on. These have little, you know, little bandages and things that you can put on your pets, little plasters, band-aids and things. The pets were not included with the vet set. You have to buy the the pet vet pack to get the pets. So it came in a pack with 2, so you got a dog and a kitty. Those are from a different set. But with the pet vet pack, that is such a hard word to say when you've been making a video for 30 minutes. The cone of shame came with it, and also this plaster cast as well. I think one of the kitties was this one, but she did get I did get the grooming set, which is why we've got more. So with the grooming set, you got all these accessories. So you got your shampoos, your little tins of, not that one, but the bowl, the little mat. You've got some fake food as well in here. And then I also got her the travel set. So you got this little travel bag with 2 pets. It's got this pet passports and other bits and pieces in there. So this has been fantastic. I love this so much. She loves this so much. You know, you might say, well, is she a bit old for it now? Not at all. Not at all. She really still loves it, playing with it, and it has been a great investment. So I'm definitely glad we got this. Okay, the next item is the Big Jig Toys Fruit and Veg Village shop. I got this, I want to say when my daughter was 4, I think, the Christmas she was 4. And we still play with it now. It's been fantastic. Obviously, this is something that can grow with your children. You can do maths with it. You can dramatic play. There's so many different things. I got a lot of the sets over time, well, over the year, because I knew I was getting the shop for the Christmas. When they were on sale off Amazon, I'd stick them on my wish list, watch them as they went down in price. Some of them are Melissa and Doug. Some of them are just generic brands, but they have lasted through. So she's got the ice creams here, the cakes, the weighing scale. She has a till. I do want to upgrade, actually. That's going to be an upcoming present, I think, some point during the next year, maybe Easter basket, to the electronic till. But she's got, you know, cookies, fruit and veg, you know, all the bits and everything that she needs to sell. I didn't tidy this up to show you, so this is played with a lot. We have all, you know, the packets and little, those are really good actually, those little, can you see the corn there, the peas and carrots? Those are from Melissa and Doug, and the lids come off and you can put things inside, so that's always useful. They're not made of cardboard. Pinkie Pie is from her birthday. She will not throw it away yet. She has a tiny little bit of helium in her, tiny little bit, but she's staying for the long haul. So definitely recommend the Village shop. I think I paid around about £99–100 for the actual shop, and then I gathered the food over the years. That's how I did the purchase. So I would definitely recommend doing something along those lines, unless obviously your budget allows to just buy it all at one time. Loved it, and it has been fantastic. They often have the little fruit and veg and, you know, other sets on Black Friday and Prime Day. So check out Black Friday to see if there are any, if you are doing this sort of thing. You don't have to go to this scale. We've played shop on the floor with the till for years. You could just get a couple of the fruit and veg packs or the cake packs, you know, and just play fruit and veg shop, bakery, you know, with the till on the floor, which works just as fine, just as well. But I just wanted to show you in case you were wanting to invest in something. And I can tell you, this has definitely been played with and played with and played with and still is. And we're going on, what, 3 years? So definitely recommend it.